think some products that really got me like... Happy video day, guys. So today's video is going to be one of those ending of the year videos because I do have a few that I wanted to get out before the end of the year. So we're going to start with this one. So this is going to be the worst products I tried in 2018. And I did this video last year and I'm excited to do it again this year because I think this year I tried out some pretty bad products. I tried some products that I will truly tell you guys that I truly did not like at all. So I'm excited to share those products with you guys. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, my name is Christina Brooke, and what we do on the channel is we talk about makeup. So if you guys want to hit the subscribe button to be part of the GLAMRANCH family, I would truly love it a lot. There is a few on this list, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I was looking through my old videos to like find items that I really did not like. I did find a few of them. So we're gonna go ahead, and I'm not gonna put this like in any order specifically because I really truly didn't like any of these products, and I feel like they were all pretty bad. There is a chance that I still have them in a box behind me in order to declutter. These products are so bad that I am not even gonna look through that box to show them to you guys. I will show you guys a picture because they're that bad. Like, I'm not wasting time. I'm not wasting time. So let's go ahead. I'm not gonna start in any specific order like I said before, and let's just start with the first one. So this one is from the company Pop Beauty. So this is their quad of blushes, and I think it was called like their Powwow powder or Powwow blushes. I'll throw the picture up here. Oh my gosh, I did not like this blush at all. Now I'll tell you main reasons why. First reason is the color selection just did not look good on my skin tone. I just didn't like the way that they laid on top of the skin. I felt like they were very powdery, and then the ones that have like glitters in it, it literally was like glitter. Like you would swirl in there and it wasn't like a beautiful sheen on your face. It was glitter particles. It reminded me of children's makeup, like if you were buying something from Claire's or something like that. Like it was not a well-made product at all. I feel like it was a little insulting to me because I don't think anybody likes to put on a blush with a whole lot of glitter on their face. Like I just don't see a person who would really enjoy that so much. So to me, it was just like, I don't know, it just was not good. It was not that inexpensive either. I'll throw the price up here because that was even one of the things that I was like, wow, are you serious? You're gonna charge that much money and you're gonna give me this product that didn't even work that good? I really honestly was kind of like, wow, with this product. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was terrible, and I used it a couple of times after, and the two matte blushes were not horrible blushes. They were very powdery. But the problem is once you use the ones that had the glitter in it, the glitter particles went everywhere. So you could not control having glitter on your face. And that to me was such a deal breaker. If you're gonna sell a quad, you're gonna put glitters in them, you have to make sure that the glitter particles aren't gonna go everywhere, especially when it comes to blushes, because some people don't wanna put glitter on their face. And then why is there mattes in there if they're just gonna get full of glitter? I was not a fan of this at all. This was a very bad product. I'm including this product in here just because I think it's a very expensive product for what you get. And when I first tried it on, it wasn't like I hate this product. It's not like I think it's a terrible product. I just think that it's a little too expensive for what you're getting. And I still have it. It's from Honest Beauty, and it's these little lip crayons that they sell. I'm gonna throw the price up here because I don't remember the price, but they even sold for more money than this. I think they reduced the price now that they have a new website. But originally, these were more money. I want to say they were like in the 20s. And this is literally like a gloss stick with no pigment. It's like putting Vaseline on with no pigment on your lips. And it doesn't even last. Like you wear this for very little time and it's gone. I just don't understand the purpose of buying this product for that much money. If this was a cheap product, I would say it's not that bad. Like whatever, you know, it's just like a Vaseline kind of gloss that you would wear during the day. And yeah, you don't want it to last that long, but you only paid $4 or $5 for it. But when you're paying over $15 for a product, at least back before, I don't know how much they're selling for now, but back before they were over $15, I just expect pigment. I expect something that's gonna last a little longer, or just, I don't know, something more. I don't like this. I don't like these crayons. These crayons are not good. I just don't understand them. I just don't understand them. They just don't really do too much. They just don't add enough to your lips for how much you pay for them. Like I said, if they were cheaper, then maybe I would say, okay, whatever. If you just want to put something like very natural on your skin, on your lips, and you know, you're not wanting to put too much on, whatever, I guess it would be good to go out in the sun or in the summer. But when you really start to think about it, and after I've used it multiple times, I'm like, I just don't get the price point for what you get. Foundation really got me annoyed. This is the Revlon Full Cover Foundation. There's multiple reasons that this one got me annoyed. And I will tell you guys, one of the main reasons is the price tag. This was not a cheap foundation for being drugstore, and it was horrible. Like, it literally moved around on my face like throughout the day. It broke up. It looked really, really ugly within a few hours. Like, I just kind of like didn't like the way it sat on my face. It was breaking up. It didn't look amazing. Like, when I first put it on, it looked fine, but most foundations look fine when you first put them on. Some, it's not all of them, not all of them. Some of them have issues, but this one looked okay, I would say. But I did not like the way it wore. It broke up. It didn't look good. It wasn't long wearing, and there was more complaints than just the fact that it was not a good foundation. It was in a squeezy tube, and this is a drugstore, okay? So when you think that a drugstore is putting their foundations in a squeezy tube, you're thinking that you're getting even better quality because the price tag of this. So when I saw this price tag and I saw it was in a squeezy tube, I said, well, you know what? Maybe they're trying to cut back on the cost of the actual bottle to give you better product. And I was okay with it. I was okay with it. They're trying to be modern. They're trying to keep their costs down, but they're trying to give us better quality. And I felt like the quality was not there. I didn't think the stain power was there. Kind of felt like I just paid a lot of money for a plastic squeezy tube with not good product inside. It was kind of like a, what just happened here? Okay guys, this one might come as a shock to some of you guys, and if you guys love this, I am so sorry, but of course all of us have different skin tones, we have different skin types, we have different preferences when it comes to putting on makeup, and this product just doesn't work for me. That's the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. Now, I'm putting this in my worst because it's still in my collection. I have not decluttered it. And that's just because some of the actual shades individually I can use with other palettes and I like the way they work. But together, as an actual palette, I just don't think this palette works well together. I feel like when you blend them, the color hues are so similar that it turns into just one big color on your eye. Like, you can't come up with a multitude of different looks with this palette. Like, I tried, and I'm usually pretty creative when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, and with this one it was just like everything I did, I was like, damn, there's the same look, damn, there's the same look. And that is okay if it didn't just all blend into one and just feel like I was using one color. And every time I did this, like, you had to literally use the lightest and the darkest on their own in order to have like a really different dimension to your eye, and I just didn't like that. I didn't like that. I felt like maybe some of the tones should have been a little further apart in color so that we could have really, really played with the palette's dimension and created different eye looks. And because of that, that is why it's on the bottom of one of the worst palettes, just because as a palette, I didn't like it. Individually, the colors and the textures, I felt like some of the colors didn't blend that well on my eyes. A lot of the darker shades, I don't feel worked that good at all on me. They didn't blend good. Like I said, I still have the palette, but at this point, I don't really know why. All right, guys, this is a product that I actually got a sample of, and it was so bad that there was no way I was going to buy the full size, and that's the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation. Holy cannolis, was this a terrible looking foundation. If you guys love this foundation, great. I cannot stand it. It had a weird smell. It was very liquidy. Literally, when I opened it, it like leaked everywhere. And I was like, okay, I can see a liquidy foundation. And then this is like straight up liquid. And when I put it on, it was just like, it just didn't look good. It felt like I just put a mask on top of my face. It sat on top of the face. It didn't blend in well. I hated this one so much, and I don't think it did really good, to be honest. I haven't even heard that much about this foundation because I don't think many people liked it because it was not a good foundation. All right, guys, let's get into some CoverGirl products because I had a few that I did not like this year that really, really, really didn't like that I think need to be on the bottom here. There was the CoverGirl's Jules palette. Now, when I first tried this palette, there was things I liked and things I didn't like about it. The problem happened after continuing to use this palette. It just is not pigmented. If you look at this palette and you really look at it, it's such a pretty palette. It had so much potential, and I think that's why I'm mostly annoyed with it. It had so much potential to be a beautiful palette on the eyes, but the colors are not pigmented. I've never used a black before that just didn't blend good like that. Like it was so blah, you know what I mean? Like it was a blah black. The rest of the colors, I didn't like them. Just the shimmers didn't have enough pop. The colors didn't have enough pigment. It just wasn't a good palette. And like this one too was not a very inexpensive palette for being drugstore, and I just don't think that you get your money's worth with this palette either. It just was not that good. We have a few CoverGirls on here. We also have the CoverGirl Vitalist Concealer. So now I got this actually from Influencer. I didn't pick this product, and I didn't like this concealer. This concealer, when you put it on, you thought, oh, I'm gonna get full coverage out of you. It feels like it's gonna be a full coverage concealer. But then when you blend it, it disappears. Like, you're like, what just happened to my concealer? It didn't cover my dark circles. It got into lines. It was just a fail for me on all levels. If you have dark circles, this does not cover dark circles. It just literally is a pointless concealer. It was pointless, and I didn't like it at all. So now in that same collection, they also sent me this product called the Healthy Glow Highlighter. Guys, I tried to make this thing work, and I used it a couple other times. For me personally, I didn't understand this product. It was like this little pot, and it had a highlighter in it. And you would think it's like a liquidy kind of cream highlighter. You pat it on and you would see a pretty highlight. It didn't really put a highlight on your face. It almost moved around your foundation and broke it up. It also would just sit there on top of your skin, and it didn't even have like a pretty shine to it. It almost looked like oil. It was too oily. I think that was the problem. When you put it on, your foundation moved around and you had like this real weird oil stain. I didn't like this product. It wasn't pigmented. It was so strange. This was a really, like, honestly, like, no. Like, it was just bad. I have to say, the last two I personally think are the worst on my list, and that's just because they're the first two I wrote, and I went from the bottom up, so you have to imagine that the first two are probably the ones that I thought of like right away. One of them is the boxycharm Pure Collaboration palette that was inside of one of our boxes, and I don't like this palette. I honestly got rid of this palette like as quick as it came in. I didn't like this. Like, you know, sometimes when you're doing a first impression, it has to be like pretty bad, like for you to automatically just say this sucks, you know, because you can't say something really sucks unless you've really tried it, unless it like really sucks. It was such a bad palette. It had no pigment. The colors moved around. It had such beautiful colors, and it was so hyped up. And I think one of the things that annoyed me the most is that it was so hyped up that we thought that we were gonna get this beautiful, amazing palette that, oh my gosh, look at it. And it was terrible. Like, I know some people liked it, and I'm sorry if you're one of those people that like it, but for me, the way I like to put on eyeshadow and the way I work with stuff, this was not the type of eyeshadow that I like. It didn't blend well on my eyes. I don't think the shimmers were pigmented. I just didn't like it at all. The mattes didn't blend well. I thought that this was really bad. Like, the only color I think in there that worked decent was like the blue, and I feel like a lot of people used blue in their tutorials, and I was like, okay, I can see why everybody used blue, because it might be the only color in here that works. And I think they even sold it at Ulta for a while, and then it went on sale. And alright guys, and I have to say, this is the worst product I tried this year, and if you guys love this product, I am so sorry, but for me, it was just not good at all. And that is the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. To me, guys, this was horrible. I didn't like it at all. I got the hydrating one because I like dewy skin. I felt like the hydrating one didn't hydrate. I felt like it felt dry on my skin. Like, after I put it on and it dried down, I was like, okay, this feels like it's dry. Like, I don't remember hydrating foundations feeling so dry. It clung to the dry patches that I do have. And then I did a few wear tests on it because I wanted to see if maybe, you know, I was being too hard on it. Maybe I was gonna love it. Because you never know. Sometimes your opinion changes when you wear things after a while, and you start saying, well, you know what? I think I found a way that I wear this that I like better. I wore it multiple different ways and could not get that thing to look good on me. It just always looked terrible. And then I remember one day I was at the office, and I felt like underneath my skin I was starting to feel like really red. it was probably the second day I wore the foundation, I started feeling like really red one day at the office, and I kept telling my mom, I was like, do I look red? Like, I feel like my skin feels hot. And she was like, well, your skin doesn't look red, but I don't know because you have foundation on. That night when I took off my foundation, I had red, like all here. Like, it wasn't red to the point that I was like, oh my God, allergic reaction, but it was red. It was red. So I definitely didn't like this. I think there was some type of strong chemical in it that my skin did not like. I think the foundation was rushed and not thought out of well, and I just thought it was the worst product of the year. You guys will see a video that's going to be coming out pretty soon that I'll talk a little bit more about the Tarte Shape Tape, but for the most part, that is it. So that is all of my worst products that I tried this year. Let me know below, what were your worst products? We're not gonna have the same worst well, we might have some of the same worst products, but we might have some products that we actually don't agree on. It's great if we don't agree on stuff because we are not all 100% the same, so we are supposed to disagree. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and don't forget, if you guys are not subscribed already, I would love it if you guys would subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!